Do you use the best financial tool to supersize and grow your business? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 80 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Supersize Your Business annual challenge, actually. Also doing the Supersize You annual challenge for personal growth and development and the Supersize Your Business for business growth and development. And today's topic and all this month, we're talking about financial health and well-being for our business. How do we go about achieving that? We've talked about a lot of different topics. And today's topic is pretty new to me as far as specifically toward financial health of businesses. And that is the idea of having an accountability partner, somebody that you can confide in, somebody that will hold you accountable, somebody you can share your wins with, somebody that you trust and will give you honest feedback. It's the most important thing, I think, is that there's a core values match. They know what you are trying to achieve, you know what they're trying to achieve, and you hold one another accountable. Now, with respect to our businesses, this can be a sensitive topic. And actually, it's usually less sensitive than our personal finances, right? Because if we have a publicly traded company or if we have other people involved in our company, we're already sharing that financial information in many situations and in many cases. So maybe it's less stressful for coming up with a partner, maybe it's less difficult to find somebody that we can bounce our ideas off of, and we can help them to hold themselves accountable to the financial growth and supersizing of our business. So why would we want to do this? And I guess I have a couple of recommendations in this area. If you don't have one person that you want to partner with, and by partner is, not a partner in business. It can be, maybe it is somebody in your business and your partners and you hold each other accountable, which is probably a good idea. Or maybe it's and I don't think it should be your company CFO or CEO either. If you're the CEO, yes, but it should be somebody different and somebody usually outside of our company, maybe somebody in a similar industry or business, but not necessarily in our business. We want to be, spilling all the beans of our financial health and well-being with a competitor, for example. That would be ridiculous. But we can go about finding someone to hold us accountable. And the whole purpose of it is to make sure that we're actually paying attention to it and looking at it. Because it's pretty easy to get caught up in our businesses and not be looking at our finances specifically. I put it on my calendar and do it every month, and I challenge you to do the same if you are not already. I actually look at them daily and weekly, key performance indicators daily and weekly, so I know how I am doing and how our companies are doing. But if you don't want to, or if a great place to find an accountability partner is if you're part of a mastermind, a business mastermind, an industry mastermind, if you're part of a coaching program. And, we hire coaches because they will hold us accountable. But a coach is not necessarily a great accountability partner, right? They'll hold you accountable to the one thing that they're teaching you about, but not necessarily to other areas. So if you specifically want somebody to hold you accountable to you being responsible for your finances, looking at your numbers, ask yourself, what would I do and how would my financial habits change if I knew somebody was going to ask me questions about what I'm doing every month? I know mine changed. My behavior started to change. And I always think I have pretty good behavior, but my habits improved because we always know when we're slipping in certain areas by having an accountability buddy. We call them accountability buddies in a community I'm involved in. And I know that she's keeping an eye on me and I'm keeping an eye on her too. And not for like checking up on us, but we say what we're going to do. We share our intentions, and then she'll ask me about it and say, well, are you making progress on this? Right? And I think that's really powerful because it's easy in our day-to-day life to get sidetracked and not stay on target to the things that are most important to us. And that's why it's important to have somebody that's in alignment with your core values and really understands and supports what it is that you want to create in your business and in your life and in this world. So masterminds, peer groups, CEO support groups, things like that are very powerful and helpful. But if you specifically want to focus on the financial area, growth and supersizing of your business, you want to make sure that you have somebody that's got some knowledge and wisdom and experience in that area to partner up with. I do not currently have a specifically financial accountability buddy, although the community I'm in does do work on finances. I would not say that we are financial accountability partners. or accountability buddies. So but I do belong to masterminds. I do have coaches. I do have industry specific things that I participate in. However, as I was talking about and thinking about this today, after the last 6 months of having an accountability buddy, I do think I will start looking for actively a financial accountability buddy, because that's an area of my life that I would love to shore up and simplify. So today, what are we going to do? We are going to comment below whether we do or do not have a financial accountability partner. And if not, if we are looking for one, yes or no. That's all you have to share today. But start thinking about this. How would our life change and our business change, and how fast might we grow if we had a sounding board and another person to bounce our ideas off of, to get feedback on, to celebrate wins with us, to help us work through challenges and challenge areas that we might have blind spots that are holding us back from actually seeing the answer that's right in front of our face. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help in any way, ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.